It's just omnipresent defensively.
Wicker trying to throw one in front. Perry able to advance that one over to Amelise. Amelise on his forehand now, floated through the middle. He finds Tomazic. Tomazic trying to cut through a couple, but good defensive play there by Ryan to break it off the skate of Haddock, but easily handled in front by Chris Walgren.
Gutsy effort from the freshman there. You can see the Lumberjacks goalkeeper, Chris Walgren. He's been a pretty good weapon for this team all season long, but again, yesterday's game, letting 5 slip through to deliver the Arizona State victory has to be weighing on his mind, Easton.
Defense hasn't been a strong suit of the Lumberjacks so far this year. Winning a lot of high-scoring games, including one earlier this year against the Sun Devils, where they prevailed 7-3. 6-5 win also on that same weekend. Last game of the season series between these two Arizona rivals. Series lead in favor of NAU right now, 2-1. So ASU with their final opportunity to equalize, and NAU a chance to clinch the series win here tonight.
Crosstown rivalries always deliver bad blood. Shot on goal there from Sanders. Gets picked up by Walgren.
Kimball now along the half wall on his backhand. He'll rim it down. Murkowski can't get a skate to it. Sanders now the leading goal scorer for this ASU team, trying to pursue. Gilbert holding in on the blue line, stepping into one is Quinar, but taken off his stick by Murkowski, who takes a hit at center ice.
The problem with that focus, though, for the Lumberjacks is now you've put 2 men down beyond the blue. Sun Devils recuperating in their offensive zone in front of NAU.
NAU trying to get it out. ASU a lot of zone time, but really no shots through these first 4 minutes of hockey. Gilbert stands that guy up at the blue line. That was Ball who took a tumble. Another hit along the wall, that time Stepien on the receiving end. The Summer will go back to play it.
Sinauer hopping off for the Lumberjacks. Some substitutions as ASU careens down the right side.
Summer headmanning the rush, and on the forecheck now, the blue liners. Maffeo back to cover for him. Snap far side, but that's turned over.
Little puck off the buns right there, and down goes the Sun Devil.
Renbarger was driving, but took a bit of a spill as he had a couple white jerseys smothering him. So here's Stepien now. Over to Switchenberg. Good stick there by Ryan McCaughey, former teammate of Andrew Switchenberg in high school. That one's loose in front. Bars able to close the wickets and cover that one up. But Andrew Switchenberg and Ryan McCaughey, teammates for the Centennial Coyotes, where they won a state championship in the Arizona High School Hockey League here in Mullet Arena. Ryan McCaughey, the scorer of the game-winning goal in overtime in that game, just about where he's standing right now.
Face off in Sun Devil territory. Lumberjacks desperately trying to organize themselves here. ASU down the left side. Schwichtenberg not able to get a handle on it. There he does.
Now Renbarger with it. He'll look to send it in deep and will. Now to give chase for it is Berninger. Still battling in the corner. Renbarger able to keep it in, but miscommunication there with Sechrist. Now racing ahead. Opportunity in front. Big save by Bars as Delzer got through momentarily. Now Maffeo on the blue line. He'll take it back and look for more options back to Sechrist. Now over to Maffeo. He'll bank it right back to his partner across. Maffeo been covering on defense quite a bit this shift. He's going to go for a change.
Schwichtenberg sends it deep up on the boards. 15 minutes remain in this first period of 3. And Easton, I got to mention, a huge weapon for the Sun Devils, Ethan Bellatini, absent from tonight's action. That's going to be impacting their game plan for sure.
Bellatini, the leading goal scorer for the D2 squad all time. Played his 100th game in Flagstaff last night. Was supposed to play his 101st tonight, but scratched last minute. And key piece from that first line as Murkowski stepping up to fill his place.
Not able to find the puck. NAU Lumberjacks running into the referee, officiating, playing some defense for the Sun Devils.
Sechrist slowed his feet in the corner as well. NAU will hold on to the puck as Schmuel will send one far side. Walking in now. Hohoff sends one on goal. Rebounds there. Turned on goal once more, but Ketchum couldn't find his target. Back up to the point. Fane had it, but net kicked off its awnings.
Sparta, New Jersey's own Matisse Bars saying, nah-uh. Locking down the net with some serious authority here in the first 5 minutes in Mullet Arena.
Zone time hasn't been extremely lopsided. But NAU definitely has the majority of the shots. 14:08 remaining in the opening period as things are just getting started here from Mullet Arena in the second game of a home-away series for these two squads. NAU thrown in front, now up to the point, thrown on goal by Ryan, but deflected just wide. Priestley can't handle it, now Kelleher will go to Bosch.
Casey from NAU just putting Bosch down. Sun Devils still keeping the offense up. Nobody there to support him, though.
Priestley had a chance on the near side, tried to jam it home. Good forecheck here by Tomasic. Well, that'll eke out of the zone. Jack Haddock to pick it up, the captain for this D2 squad.
Haddock been such a fantastic player. 5 goals, 13 total points in 18 games this season. As you mentioned, captain of the crew, trying to lead him to a win here.
Ryan now on the rush, sends one through, but that's blocked down by Gilbert. Now Perry will pick it up and take a hit.
Perry with some serious stick mismanagement, giving the Lumberjacks an opportunity to either organize or substitute as they do.
Tomasic leaves it now. Gunderson sauces one through the middle. Haddock walking through, but knocked off his stick. Now Forsberg a chance the other way. Collision between Amelse and the Sun Devil. NAU looking to capitalize. It's Tomasic who's down on the play, one of the new players this semester.
The freshman getting sent into the bench. I mean, Amelse might have just taken that kid's knee home with him.
Sanders looking to hound on the forecheck. That one's moved forward as Burnett now has it. Amelse able to rub him off. Now Quinar throws one on, but that's blocked other side by Bars. Perry trying to get it out, but unable. Another one thrown on goal by Quinar, but again, thwarted aside by Bars. Ball now.
Gotta find the puck. Sun Devils do, but look at the slip from Haddock. Uncharacteristic errant maneuver from the captain.
Covered up there by Walgren. An offensive zone draw ahead for the Sun Devils.
Here's a replay. Big collision. Amelse taking out the freshman. Right knee goes airborne. That's not something you want to see, Easton. That's indicative of maybe his newness to the squad.
A little bit of a miscommunication. See how quickly Tomasic's able to get back out there. It's never good to see a knee-on-knee injury like that.
Face-off for the Sun Devils here has resulted in a blockade on the boards. ASU comes out with it.
Sechrist walking in. Chance for Sechrist. He scores!
What a move from Sechrist to strike first blood here in Mullet Arena.
Chase Sechrist stepping into a wide-open high slot there, able to beat Walgren on the glove side. ASU with an early 1-0 lead.
4th goal this season for Chase Sechrist. And when you think about the opportunity, right? Puck pops out, drives down left, open lane, bada bing, bada boom. Chase Sechrist putting Sun Devils on the board.
Really not much of a challenge there from NAU defense. He had the slot all to himself, so just the 5th shot of the game ends up in the back of the net for the Sun Devils.
Back in the action we go. Gilbert sends it cross ice. ASU, again, little bit of miscommunication, retaining possession for now, but question is for how long and just about then.
Warner now kicked out to Ketchum. Ketchum through the middle, thrown on goal, but deflected wide. Snyder now will sachet one up the boards.
Lumberjacks trying to cycle it around, but ASU going to come out on top with it.
Gilbert chipping ahead. Sanders now.
Oh,
a penalty coming on the play as well. Holoff had an opportunity, now gives a shove, but a slash is going to be the call, and NAU is going to go to their first power play of the game. Power play that's been clicking 38.5% of the year, 2nd in the West Coast Hockey Conference. And it's Sparkovsky who's going to serve too.
2 minutes on this power play here. Can the Lumberjacks even out this score with just over 11 minutes remaining in this first period? Easton, I got to tell you, when you think about observations so far on both teams, it just feels like everyone's playing on a different page.
See if NAU is able to sort it out here on this power play and establish some sustained zone time, excuse me. As now along the wall, we'll send it around to Jim.
Piersley now coming up onto Jim. Jim takes it right to the middle.
McCahey up to the top, Forsberg. Forsberg moving in, sends one through traffic just
Whoa.
wide. Didn't look like Bars ever saw that one, but maybe got away with one there.
Sun Devils are able to get it out into the NAU defensive zone. Wahlberg cycles it around left. Now some substitutions for the Lumberjacks.
McCahey leading the rush, trying to gain the zone here. He's going to bring it wide, right around the dot, looking from behind the trapezoid now back up top. McCahey over to Forsberg. Forsberg walking the line slowly as he'll go over to Jim.
NAU just rotating, waiting for an opportunity. I'm not loving these long shots from the Lumberjacks. You're just swapping possession of the puck.
Jim with it now, trying to go back up top to Forsberg. Forsberg to his left. Shadowed closely by Haddock, or Maffeo rather. As that one's over to Jim. Jim sent through tip there by Snyder. Went off his stick and just over top of the goal. That might have kept one out. Wicker now to McCahey. Back up top, Forsberg. Forsberg to the left flank. McCahey with it. Down low. Jensen from big save Bars. Rebound still there, but able to clear from his knees is Robert Snyder. And 3 out of 4 Sun Devils will go for a change.
Capital D defense right there. What resiliency from Arizona State to maintain composure in that position. Beautiful offensive structure from NAU. They waited for the moment, found the pass on the inside. It just didn't manifest opposite the 6'8" demon, Matisse Bars.
Snyder dragged down, penalty coming. Murkowski out of the box, so it'll be a full 2-minute power play for the Sun Devils. Good job there by Snyder to keep his feet moving and draw that one.
Replay here of that sequence. Excellent shot from the Lumberjacks. That's what you want to do. You want to find the inside pass, get your man in front of the net, but opposite a truly elite goalie like Matisse Bars, it's sometimes just not enough, Easton.
9 shots for the Lumberjacks, but no answers to Bars yet. And ASU now heading to their first power play of the game. Also a solid unit, right around a 28% clip on the year. Maffeo able to win it back. Melse now. He'll go down to the wall. Murkowski looking for Sanders in the high slot, but turned over and an easy clear there for the Lumberjacks.
Sinar deep on for NAU, cycling it over to Chase Seacrest. Seacrest able to get it back behind the boards.
Melse brings it in front of his own goal. Kicked out now to Seacrest. Seacrest across the red. He'll send it into the far corner to go Chase.
Give that puck some frequent flyer miles.
Sent far side there. Barr is going to play that one on his back. Another clearance there from NAU. Minute 20 remaining on the power play.
Substitutions on both sides. Now coming down the left lane. Melse kicks it back to Seacrest.
Seacrest now on the half wall. Move to the bumper spot for Sanders. Head fake now to Seacrest. Melse at the point. Let's one go. He scores!
Melse waited for the opportunity to strike and sunk the claws into Wahlberg's net. Beautiful goal from Arizona State.
Mason Melse, second goal from a defenseman this game. Seacrest got the first. Melse gets the second. Double their lead to 2 on the power play. And what a start for the Sun Devils as they're in a prime position early on in this one.
And here's what I love about this replay, Easton. It's the frequent passing back and forth. Getting Curtis Wahlberg's attention, diverted, divided, and boom, unable to defend.
Not nearly as many shots. 6 shots for the Sun Devils, 2 goals. And neither of them you can really fault Wahlgren on because of the traffic in front of the last one and a slot shot from Seacrest that was well placed. So 8 minutes remaining. And the Sun Devils lead by 2.
You know, Easton, my mama always told me, quality over quantity.
Now back to play it as Bars. So he'll play it on his back end over to Gunderson. Gunderson dummies now. Picked up by Bosch, who takes a bump.
Looks like the Lumberjacks are trying to play with a little bit more urgency now that they're down 2 bones. Good catch there. Over to Walsh.
Tough travel day for the 2 teams as well. Played a game last night in Flagstaff, and both coming back up to Tempe to play today is no easy task. Is now with it is Hohoff. Hohoff spins off a hit, but slows him down enough. Gilbert able to pick it up.
Pierce deep on the left side. Catch him. Blocking him from the Lumberjacks. Sending it back right.
Moved ahead. Bosch with it. He floats one through the middle, but off the back there of Aiden Priestley, who's unable to corral it.
Priestley just didn't know where that puck was. Indicative of the problem we've been seeing all first period is communication. It makes or breaks teams, Easton.
Gilbert now moved to Kimball. Kimball had the game winner last night at J. Lively Arena. Sent in deep. That's picked up by Ryan. Moved over. Murkowski's the first one there.
Priestley tries to send it back and find some ASU support. But once again, Sun Devils got their blinders on. Lumberjacks charging down the left. Walsh unable to get it for him. Possession swaps back to ASU.
Sanders now with it down the left side. He takes a bump, but able to get it to Kimball. Kimball now moving in on his backhand. He'll wait for some help. Slid in front. Sanders couldn't get to it. Gilbert now stepping into one. Big eat there by Luke Fain, who lays out. ASU still with it. Sanders in the high slot. Kimball to the bench with a broken stick.
Stick gets snapped in half, much like what ASU's trying to do to the Lumberjacks here tonight. Chop some wood.
Switchenberg can't crowd in the corner. Fain trying to get it out. Long shift here for the Ice Jacks. Need to find a way to get a change as they're able to get it out. Quick transition here from Summer, who will send it in deep. Dells are able to glove that one down. Good pressure by Haddock to force a turnover. Support there from Tomazik, who's back on the ice after taking that scary hit early on.
Switchtenberg now on to the left of Summer. Summer charging up. Has some Sun Devils. Takes a shot. Wahlberg able to get the knee in front of it.
Tomazik now with it. Digging away on the wall. Slipped around one. Now Perry below the goal line. Trying to go low to high, but no one there. Switchenberg will have to go back and chase it. Switchenberg moved ahead off the skate of Haddock to McCaughey. Forsberg now down the right side. Switchenberg able to slow him down. Summer coming in to support.
Puck still available.
Penalty coming here. It's going to go on Forsberg. He's going to go for a hold. Grab the hold of the stick there of Ethan Summers. Someone just got teed up as well.
Here's a replay of that action. Puck drifts deep on to the left side. A nice shot there from Summer, but too much traffic, bodies in the way, and Wahlberg able to defend.
This is actually going to go on Summer somehow. And Haddock's going to go to the box for, I believe, what's going to be the
oh, wow, yeah.
the unsportsmanlike conduct. He got teed up as well. So it's going to be a 2-minute 5-on-3 and a huge opportunity for NAU.
Haddock and Summer spending some quality time together in the penalty box. Big opportunity for the Lumberjacks, who this first period have just fallen short every step of the way. And Easton, when you think about this, a 2-goal deficit this early in the game is probably going to start to destabilize your mentality.
People say 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, but go down 2 that early, something you definitely don't want to see. But they have an opportunity to get it back here on the 2-man advantage. So Summer sits for a hooking. Haddock sits for an unsportsmanlike taunting is the call.
Unsportsmanlike taunting.
Not
Either
sure.
way. Yeah, right. I'm not sure what he did.
From our angle as well, it looked like Forsberg, who has it now, grabbed a hold of Summer's stick. Jim now lets one go. That's off the outside of the cage.
Now, this is where we start to see what Matisse Bars is made of, right? Down on the ASU defense, Matisse is going to have to keep the eyes open.
Chance for McCaughey, but just fanned on it. Good job there by Snyder to get in the way.
Lumberjacks can't seem to hit the puck. ASU clears it deep on their end.
And a big clear there for the Sun Devils. A lot of momentum can be generated by killing off this 5-on-3, especially with the questionable calls that came from it. McCaughey now walking into the slot. Let's one go. Big save Bars. Rebound there in front, but that's put just wide. Hohoff had the chance on the second effort, but unable to find his target as Forsberg now will reset.
Forsberg to Jim on the right side. Jim bounces off the bars, and Matisse Bars gloves it.
57 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3, 4:10 in the period.
The Lumberjacks need to have an additional pass on the inside here. They are wasting effort by shooting it once and then sending into the goal. Matisse Bars is going to see that all day long, Easton.
Ryan Jim had a couple of good looks from that first unit on that right flank, but at the outside of the cage twice. Second unit now out for the Lumberjacks. Casey will go down low. Wicker with it now. Up to Casey. Casey back to the right. Looking through the seam, unable to find Werner there. Trying to go cross ice.
Nice defense here from the Sun Devils, staying cohesive in front of Matisse. Wide shot there.
Casey now on the right side, looking for options up top. Walking through the middle, sends one through, rebounds there. Somehow Bars gets to it.
Matisse
Unbelievable,
Bars.
still loose in the crease. Back up to the point now, Casey with it. Casey dancing around, good job to get a stick in there by Maffeo. Casey still with it. Sent down low for Ketchum. Ketchum now, back up top, Casey.
10 seconds left on the power play. Absolute wasted opportunity here from the Lumberjacks. Some fourth dimension defense from Matisse Bars, Easton.
Rebound there for Casey on the backhand. Bars might have got a piece of that one, but it looked to go just wide. Both players out of the box for the Sun Devils, and they'll get a clear, but it will go all the way down for icing. But what a statement kill that is from the Sun Devils. And how about the save from Matisse Bars on the back door? We'll have a look at it here.
It's just about keeping your head on a swivel. Look at where Matisse Bars' vision is. Always tracking the puck. He's never getting caught with his pants down, Easton. He's not looking right when the puck's coming left. That kid is lasered on like he means business.
Huge chance there for NAU, but that man in goal right there, able to shut them down. Good job by the Sun Devil penalty kill to get out of that one untouched.
Two more bodies for ASU now on the ice, giving them some additional opportunities. Amelse deep on the right, now sends it to the center.
Racing get there is Gilbert Haddock there with him. Gilbert trying to find him, but unable to connect. Burnett with it now for the Lumberjacks.
Burnett takes it out right to Sinar.
Sinar below the goal line. Gunderson pokes it ahead. Intercepted from Gilbert there. Gilbert listed as the 7th defenseman, but has been known to play a little forward as well. He's on a shift up front here.
Lumberjacks establishing some offensive control here, trying to cycle the puck to the blue line and take those long shots that they've been failing at all game long. ASU easily catches it, now shifts possession, taking it up the center. Miscommunication there from Bosch.
That one flipped into the press box between the benches. Luckily no one down there today. You get a whistle and likely a draw at center ice.
One thing that I love about this Arizona State D2 squad is how ambidextrous they are. You talk about the listing, forward, defenseman, center, but everybody seems to be able to play and slot in wherever they're needed, and that's what creates scoring opportunities like what we saw earlier.
You look at a guy like Jacob Gunderson and some of those other defensemen, 2 defensemen with the goals tonight. Jacob Gunderson leads the team in points as a blue liner himself. Now Schmuel the other way, trying to find Ketchum, a good stick by Switchenberg. Switchenberg able to send it in deep. Fane now with it as we have music playing during play here.
The Lumberjacks needed to soundtrack some shredding on the metal to get it into the rhythm maybe.
Ketchum almost took advantage of it.
Ketchum simply can't catch them all. 1:45 on the clock here in the first period. Sun Devils maintaining possession behind the boards, now driving up through the right lane.
Switchenberg through the middle, trying to find Perry. Good touch pass to Haddock, but a diving effort by Luke Fane to break that one up. Switchenberg can't keep it in, now sent far side by Schmuel, but that's intercepted by Tomazic.
Intercepted. It looked like Schmuel just passed it to him, Easton.
Tomazic
Lumberjacks
now
need to have support.
Perry now, chance in front, loose there, but a hand pass called. And that one will go to the right of Walgren.
And that was Perry that was on the ice. Falling over, now getting back to his feet. Here's another replay of it. Collision naturally occurs, right? Puck's in the air. Everyone's trying to get a piece of it.
Hand pass called on NAU in their own end. It might have been a good break as ASU was looming. Maffeo unable to win that draw, picked up by Davis.
Maffeo able to get a touch on it. ASU and Lumberjacks jockeying for possession. Down goes another Sun Devil.
Hit along the wall from Stepien, battling away. Man dragged down by Sechrist, no arms in the air.
Golly, what is on this ice? Ice? Sun Devils now on the blue line, trying to find possession again. Maffeo touching it to the center. Lumberjacks making some substitutions.
Kick back to Snyder, moved ahead. Maffeo trying to poke one forward and squeak around, but unable to.
Ooh,
now Stepien stepping in, over to Renboger on his backhand, thrown on goal, rebounds there. But McCahey able to scoop that one up. Jim now on the far side. Delzer with him, looking for him. We can't find him. And Snyder got caught up high there by Jim. Arm in the air. ASU to the power play.
Snyder trying to collect himself there on the ice. You can see he's blinking out that shot. Took him a moment to get to his feet. In fact, he's still not on them, to be honest.
Right.
Helmet comes off. Easton, sometimes, right, some hits aren't created equally. That one, especially a tough stick.
It looked like you got maybe a stick to the face almost, causing that helmet to go up. Just might be leaking a little bit, but appears to be okay, grabbing his neck area.
You know, he is speaking, so that means he's pretty okay, at least a little bit, right?
2 minutes for roughing, going to be the call to Ryan Jim.
Here's another look at that replay.
And it was Snyder who went for the hit originally, but you can see there, just caught a cross check right up in the jaw.
It's a mosquito against a brick wall, unfortunately. Wanted to, show some physicality and got little brothered, I think, Easton.
ASU, though, 1 for 1 on the power play tonight as they will try and replicate their earlier success. Kimball on the half wall, slid in front, banked up top by Sanders. Gunderson from the point, over to Kimball. Kimball walking along, sent down low. Haddock racing to get there. Switchenberg on the near side, trying to jam it home, but can't. Still loose there as time expires on the first period of play, but a minute 36 for the Sun Devils on the power play when we return. The goals from Mason Melsay and Chase Ekrist, 2 defensemen, as Arizona State leads 2-0. What are your biggest takeaways from the first period?
Well, before I get to my big takeaways, let's take a look at this replay. I love what Schwichtenberg was thinking here. Let me sneak right near the net, get behind everyone's defenses, and try and shove it in. So great IQ play there. Didn't result in a goal, but like you mentioned, Chase Seacrest earlier tonight, fantastic work from him, and Melsay putting us on the board. I think that it's not a positive that I'll close this with. It's more of a negative and a critique. It's the communication, Easton. I think that everybody on the ice needs to tighten up a little bit, find their vision a little bit more, because these missed passes are going to hurt either team if they continue in these next 2 periods.
2-0, the score after 1 15-minute ice cut. Matisse Bars, 14 saves on 14 shots through 1. Large part of the reason why they were able to kill that 5-on-3. But ASU with a power play of their own right after a quick break. Welcome back to Mullet Arena, where the first period was all Matisse Bars. Unbelievable performance, 14 saves on 14 shots, killed the 5-on-3 as well. Unbelievable performance. Ben, what do you make of his performance? He's been phenomenal all year long. No different here tonight.
The thing about Matisse Bars that you need to remember is at 6'8", the guy is about as big as the net. So even if you're dealing down 2 men with 5 Lumberjacks coming at you, it just simply can't get by him. The vision is what's most important. But Easton, I want to remind you, the passing culture is what's gotten ASU the 10 victories this season. They're kind of forgetting about that. So ahead of this second period, I really want them to be more focused on connecting with each other as opposed of being individual.
5-on-3 kill in the first period. Power play goal in the first period as well. And now a power play once more for the Sun Devils. They'll see if they're able to capitalize. They scored on their first one. What do you want to see a little different on the second one despite their success?
I think I'd want to see a little bit of what Schwichtenberg was showing us right at the end. Cramping the net, getting on Wahlberg, making him uncomfortable, and adding in an additional Sun Devil that can support and assist in the event the puck skirts by the Lumberjack goal.
They'll have fresh legs to get that top unit out there. It was Mason Amelse who got the power play goal last time on the point shot. Seacrest with the first tally of the game from the high slot. Wahlgren kind of struggling a little bit in his own net. 7 saves on 9 shots. But minute 36 here on the power play. 2 ranked teams as well. ASU 14th in the Western region, 16th in the West for NAU. So a rather important game when it comes to turns of rankings and who gets to go to nationals.
And also crosstown rivalry. Ahead of yesterday, the Lumberjacks were unbeaten against this D2 Sun Devils squad. That all fell apart in Flagstaff and now seems to be sinking into the Tempe water here. And if I was the Lumberjacks coach, Easton, I'd probably encourage the players to get a little bit more physical, get a little bit more scrappy, because when they have brought the Thunder to the Sun Devils, they've been winning those exchanges.
It's been a long time since these two met, barring last night's game. The first games of the year were the first games these teams faced each other, and a lot has changed. Heavy hit right off the draw as Sanders takes a spill. Maffeo picks it up in his own end, and ASU will look to get a controlled breakout.
ASU deep on the left here. Murkowski on the right. Maffeo gets checked right there.
Seacrest now off the side of that. Maffeo got bumped way away from the play as well. Seacrest now walking the blue line, but he coughs it up. He'll have to go back to center.
65 seconds remain on this power play. Amelse trying to take it down the right side. Lumberjacks doing a nice job pressuring, making the Sun Devils have to dance, right? ASU hasn't been able to sit and play with this power play.
Hasn't been able to set up yet in this period. Had some chances at the end of the first, but 45 seconds remaining now for them to try and capitalize. Amelse now down the left side. He'll rim it all the way around. Racing to get there is Jack Haddock, but it'll go to Seacrest. Seacrest at the point, walking, lets one go. Glove save there by Wahlgren as he gets his first touch of rubber in this second period.
Good eyes from Wahlgren there. Seacrest could have maybe tried to pass and play a little bit, opted for the long shot. 32 seconds left on this power play. ASU getting a face-off in NAU territory.
Haddock on the draw against Delzer. Delzer wins it back, but a good play there by, that's Renbacher to get through.
Gunderson had it. Gunderson getting it back. Off the stick. Now Jacob Gunderson retreating back to Sun Devil territory.
Schwichtenberg with it now, moving down the right side. Still with it. He'll bring it behind the goal. Schwichtenberg now up to the point for Gunderson. Gunderson sent back down to the half wall. Schwichtenberg moving his way up. Kimball crashing down. Has him on the far side. Good look there from Haddock, but the battle of Wahlgren gets in the way. NAU back to full strength now as Ryan Jims out of the box.
Really good work from the Lumberjacks to withstand that minute and a half of the power play to kick off this second frame. But miscommunication there. Sun Devils now in NAU territory, shot on for
Renbacher there on the shot and deflected out of play by Wahlgren. Faceoff will stay inside 18:09. He has to have a look at it here. Trying to use that defender as a screen, but Wahlgren able to get a beat on it and send that one into the netting and out of play.
Substitution for the Sun Devils coming.
Renbar, Kimball jumping over the boards. New jerseys for the Sun Devils as well to start this second semester. Some black throwback jerseys that pretty nice.
Vintage jerseys for possibly a vintage performance over the crosstown rivals. Nice work from the Lumberjacks to get ahead of that one.
Snyder moving it ahead. Sent far side now. Jim fresh out of the box. Move to McCaughey. On the backhand, he put it just wide. Golden chance for Ryan McCaughey. Probably NAU's best of the game and couldn't find the mark.
And it was just great communication from Ryan, Jim, and Mahaki right there to find that shot. Sun Devils, though.
Stepien on goal. Bouncing puck still loose to the crease. He had it on the doorstep, but he's dragged down. Huge defensive play by Matt Ryan. He just saved a goal.
Doesn't matter if it's a mile or an inch, Easton. If it doesn't get past and into the net, it simply doesn't count. Bosch trying to run it down the right lane now.
Bosch squeezed to the wall. Ball will pick it up and go around to Burnett. Burnett touching it through, but good forecheck here by the Sun Devils. Priestley lays ahead as this one goes to the wall. And the feet now of Burnett and turned over as Kelleher will send it in deep.
Good eyes by Kelleher. Now applying some pressure. Some geospatial play with 16:52 on the clock.
Priestley from the high slot, but that soars over top. Priestley with it once more now. Thrown in front, up to Summer. Summer stepping into one. Pat save, rebounds there, but unable to put it home is Luka Tomasic.
Wahlgren under pressure here early in the second, but surviving. Lumberjacks trading possession here. Sun Devils storming deep on the left.
Tomasic scores!
The freshman announcing himself here in Mullet Arena. Big disastrous blow in the first period, now striking the Lumberjacks in the second.
Didn't score last night. His first goal as a Sun Devil in his second game, and a beauty at that. Beautiful shot, able to beat Wahlgren on the blocker side, short side high. Sun Devils lead by 3.
Tomasic with a beautiful open lane, leans ahead, gets Wahlgren following him, and just slides it past the shoulder blade. Wahlgren letting 3 slip by tonight. What a deficit for this NAU squad.
Shots level now at 15, but goals couldn't be more lopsided. 3-0 ASU as they lead the Ice Jacks here from Mullet Arena.
Gosh, every time Matisse Bars moves, I feel Mullet Arena shake.
As a mountain of a man between the pipes. As Ketchum will pick it up in the corner. Seacrest digging away. Perry in the mix as well. Ketchum will rim this one all the way around. Tomasic trying to get there. Sent down low. Ketchum moved to the front. Opportunity thrown on goal, but able to get his left pad there was Matisse Bars.
Schmoll had the puck get caught up right in the skates. Call there.
ASU going back to the power play.
And you can see the frustration that is now being expressed by this Lumberjack team. They are halfway through tonight's action, and it is just not coming up their way in any category.
Something to look out for. Seacrest and Berninger having words. Berninger shaking the gloves, which is suggesting that he wants to fight. But we will see what comes of that. Fight happened in college hockey just 2 days ago. UMass Lowell versus BU. 2 players dropped the gloves and took the helmets off and went at it. Maybe we'll get some of that action tonight. Here's a chance for NAU. Shot on, but a good defensive stick by Melse as that one soars out of play.
You know, if you're scrapping with the opposing team in Club D2 hockey, your reward is actually a month of anger management classes.
It's actually a month suspension, I believe, as well. Probably right around that. But maybe what NAU wants and what NAU needs to get back into this game and somehow find a bit of momentum.
Despite the power play, Lumberjacks in nice positioning here on the ice. Unable to get a stick on the puck. Sun Devils now regain possession.
Melse with it behind the goal now.
Despite being a man down, Easton, I like the scrappiness and ambition that the Lumberjacks are playing with, but it's going to get them overextended at times, but in others, it'll lead to an offensive opportunity.
Delzer driving to the blue paint. He bumps into Bars, but can't hold on to the puck. Melse able to glove one down in the corner. Ref took a bump as well as he's a little shaken up. Burnett now, as this power play for the Sun Devils has been all NAU. Burnett and Delzer will go for a change, but what a shift they just clocked.
Nice substitutions. Wicker back on the ice. Sun Devils gliding down into the left.
Sanders looking backdoor, has Murkowski there, but he couldn't pull the trigger.
Murkowski, excellent positioning, beautiful pass, couldn't capitalize.
Sent down there by Forsberg, shooting some clock off. 50 seconds remaining on this ASU power play.
Wicker trying to apply some pressure here.
Jansen.
Ill-fated, nearly got a stick on it.
Haddock now taking some lax. Forsberg trying to backhand it in deep. He only finds Switchmerk. Forsberg takes it away from him. Walking in, makes a move around one on his backhand. He'll just pull up and kill some clock, as this one will be moved all the way back to Berninger.
27 left on the power play. And if you were this NAU squad and you needed some signs of life, it would be the performance over the last minute and a half. This has been a real rise to the occasion for the Lumberjacks so far through this ASU power play.
ASU has had nothing to this point, as it's picked up in the corner by Renbacher. Maybe one last-ditch effort as time is about to expire on this power play. Kimball to Switchenberg, but he couldn't corral it. Now McCaughey has catch him ahead of him, but couldn't connect. That one going to go all the way down for icing, but a dangerous chance there for NAU, following a very strong penalty kill. .13:40 remaining in the middle frame. The score 3-0 ASU, as the freshman Luka Tomasic was able to get his first career goal as a Sun Devil to extend the lead. A draw to the right of Wahlgren. One back by the Lumberjacks. Garcia racing to get there. That's Flutter up the wall. Gilbert able to keep it in.
Now evened out with the bodies on the ice. Lumberjacks trying to get possession. Nobody's got it. Now racing deep into the Sun Devil side.
Gilbert behind his own goal over to Snyder. Moved around. Burnett racing over there. He'll go up to the point. Ryan with it. And this one will go all the way back to Jonah Gilbert.
Big substitutions here for NAU.
Good step up there by Fane. Tomasic forced to dump it in. Priestley now in on the forecheck. Back to Snyder, who will snap one in deep. Played behind the net by Wahlgren. Now Fane with it. Move down in front for Quainar. And Burnett on the backhand now will move it through the middle. Snyder lets one go right into the glove of Wahlgren, and he'll just hold on and take the draw.
Line drive directly to the glove. 12:40 on the clock here in the second period. Wahlgren improving as this game goes on. There's a shot of Brandon Bosch, 22-year-old right winger, holding the glove there. You start to maybe think about fatigue and stamina, right? Because you have a 5-4 game in Flagstaff yesterday. Now a pretty intense physical game here in Mullet Arena in Tempe. We'll see what these young men have.
Penalties haven't quite been up to par to what happened at J. Lively Arena in Flagstaff last night, but definitely no love lost between these two rivals.
The good news is, Easton, we've got plenty of time to get there.
There is plenty of time, especially if this game keeps trending in the same direction. Huge chance there on the doorstep, and now some pushing and shoving and a whack given.
Unsportsmanlike moves from either guy. Looks like Kelleher got in the middle of something with Finn. Prompted some slicing and stabbing with the stick. Big substitutions.
Have a look at it here. Summer on the chance in front. But it looked like Kelleher might have got an extra poke in there.
Kelleher fell asleep at the wheel and just glided directly into three Lumberjacks, prompting that response. But at the same time, right, if you're the Lumberjacks, this is not the time to get over-emotional, right? You have to find your composure and play smart. If you let the Sun Devils get in between the ears, that lead could go from 3-0 to 4-0 quite quickly.
Discipline definitely going to need to be a key for the Ice Jacks, as they need to stay 5-on-5.
Little Nicki Minaj as we came back into that.
Starships. As Casey will pick this one up on the half-wall glove down by Sanders.
Sanders, Murkowski not able to get a stick on it. Lumberjacks deep on the right side.
Wicker sends one through, trying to find Davis in front, but couldn't connect with him. Casey now throws one on goal, but that's easily handled by Bars. Forsberg behind the goal. Ringing it up top now, trying to slide from the middle, but good read there by Kimball. Kimball now, snap far side, Sechrist the other way. Trying to make a move, but a good defensive play there by Garcia.
Opportunity, though, for the Sun Devils. Amelse deep on the right, has some support.
Trying to find Sechrist on the back door. He'll throw an off-angled shot, but that'll go all the way around and back to the neutral zone.
Pressure cooker here in Mullet Arena as tensions continue to rise. Sun Devils in their own zone looking for some support. Now taking it down the left lane. Miscommunication. But Gunderson gets on it.
Little less than halfway through this one. 11 minutes remain in the middle period. Garcia now heading the other way, trying to kick it to his stick. He'll finally get it there. Bringing it wide, he finds Jim. High slot, let's one go, he scores!
Beautiful awareness from Ryan Jim in that moment, and it's exactly what we talked about being the Achilles heel of Matisse Barr. If you can get him distracted and confused, it takes a lot of energy and movement for his 6'8" frame to rotate around Jim, sneaking it right in behind him.
Derek Garcia able to set that one up, headmanning the rush from the blue line and finding that trailer in Ryan Jim, who able to cut into this lead a little bit. 3-1 now the score.
There's a look at it again. Nice cross play action to pass up into the center lane. Lumberjacks now with another opportunity. Jim sends it right at the boards. Matisse gets in front.
Delzer now soars one over top. Jim back with it. Cycled for Delzer, but it skips over his stick. McCaughey racing to get there, and he will. Delzer to Jim. Left for McCaughey. McCaughey walking in, taking off his stick. Now Gunderson going to flip one out of the zone.
Walls trying to get a stick on it, unable to. Back to Jim. Jim lets it loose. Amelse wants to collect it south of the Sun Devils net.
He'll take shelter behind Matisse Bars, reversing McCaughey on the pressure. Snap through the middle. Had Renbarger there, but got caught up in his feet and handcuffed him. Hohoff trying to tip it in. Gunderson gets in the way. Now Gunderson on the attack. Stepping around one, bringing it wide, thrown on goal right into the barrel. Rebounds there. Maffeo now with it, looking to reset. Trying to find Renbarger, digging away. Loose puck there, and a good read by Wahlgren to get across.
And big right hook from Renbarger.
And it looks like they're both going to head to the box. Renbarger got a good swing in there.
Nice head movement from 16 for the Lumberjacks. Really slipped off the center line there. 9:49 on the clock. Here's another look at it. So Waltz and Renbarger getting into action right in front of Wahlgren. Curtis Wahlgren able to snap down on it, but here comes a little clinch action. Renbarger swings for a haymaker, nobody home.
Berninger was the same one trying to stir the pot a little bit with Sechrist as well as they jaw back and forth between the box. Something to look out for here.
You might need to stack some more bodies down there because you've just eliminated the space for them to get at one another.
Trying to make out what they're saying. 2-minute penalties for both.
Easton, I heard some language I can't repeat on air.
Hopefully our mics didn't pick that up. I did hear that as well. 2-minute penalties for both of them. I think they're both going to get roughing calls. But they will be out of the box at the same time. That's something to look out for.
You know, if you're Renbarger, you really got to work on that right hand. You know, you have to look at your target. You can't get offline like that.
You might have another chance this game to do it. 4-on-4, a little extra ice out there. Picked up now by Hohoff. Sent through the middle, but right to Switchenberg.
Switchenberg has some support. Perry, Haddock, right behind him.
Able to get it in deep below the goal line. He'll take a bump. Haddock trying to get in there as well. Hohoff in the mix.
Good pressure from the Lumberjacks here to negate some space.
Good keep at the blue line by Perry. Trying to send it down for Haddock, but Ryan able to get in the way. Ryan now banked over to his partner, Fain. He has time and space. He'll bank it ahead, but a miscommunication there with Schmuel. And right back to the hands of ASU.
Hohoff trying to track and pressure. ASU blitzing down the left side.
Summer with speed to the left, cutting to the middle, looking to let one go. Big save by Wahlgren. Summer was leveled in the process by Luke Fain.
Wahlgren collects that one right in the chest and collapses around it. Nice work from him. Big substitutions from both teams, getting a little bit more life on the ice here. 4-on-4 with 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in this second period. Here's another look at that replay. Blitzing deep on the left, runs into a little bit of traffic, takes a huge shot from Finn. nearly finds himself in the net.
Kimball now, minute left on 4-on-4 hockey here.
He's got Snyder. Snyder collects it at the blue line. Nothing going, tries to send it deeper in.
Tomasak digging away, able to come away with it is Forsberg.
Forsberg has a little bit of traffic as he goes down the left lane.
Good job by Seacrest to break that up as that'll go up to the point. Davis now looking in the high slot, had Ketchum there, but he blew a tire. Now Kimball trying to step around one. He's dragged down, no arms in the air.
Lumberjacks deciding that maybe just taking the legs out of your opponent is the best approach. Forsberg on the left side has some support. Garcia, Ketchum in front. Matisse Bars able to negate that shot.
Almost caught Bars off guard there, but able to squeeze that post and gets the net off as well. 16 seconds until Renbarger and Berninger are out of the box.
Here's another look at that replay. Forsberg deep on the left side. Matisse Bars able to get the elbow right onto the puck and send that to the ice in front of him.
Kimball now on the draw to the right of Bars after the net was knocked off. McCaughey able to win it back.
You know, I think we might just have to keep the music on, to be honest with you. This playlist is popping, Easton.
Always do a pretty good job here at these ACHA games. Got the same scorekeeper every time who has a great voice himself, and David Lieb, the name, always good on the playlist as well.
There's another shot of Matisse Bars, 6'8", Sparta, New Jersey representative in his freshman year at ASU, has been stellar for this squadron. 3-1, Sun Devils lead with just under 8 to go in the second period.
And 8 seconds remaining on the penalties. Berninger and Renbarger coming out of the box just now and back to 5-on-5. Nothing going between the two of them as they come out of the box together.
Berninger immediately hitting the benches for a substitution. Could have been a good moment there, but Maffeo just slightly out of position.
Delzer had it momentarily. Now with it is Stepien, taken away though, 3-on-2 the other way. Kicked out, Jim. Delzer trailing, he'll find him. Delzer lets one go, blocker saved by Bars.
God, Delzer had such a sneaky interception on Maffeo moments ago. Beautiful shot, Matisse getting in front of it, but Delzer quietly coming off the bench and causing chaos.
Stepien, now Maffeo lets one go, that's blocked off the back of Renbarger's legs as he's straight on the ice out of the box.
Amelsi takes it to the right side, big collision there. Sinar wanted a piece of him.
Gunnarsson now in his own end, ball shadowing him. Over to Amelsi, and his feet now can't find it. He'll chip it ahead. Sinar, though, lays a bump. Now with it, he'll dump it in deep.
Lumberjacks and Sun Devils just trading possession tit for tat here.
Bosch batted down. Nice play there with a hand-eye by Priestley. Kicked out, thrown in front again. Priestley poking away at it, still jamming away on the doorstep. It's loose still in the crease in the trapezoid, and finally Wahlgren will cover. But a really good opportunity there for Will Kelleher.
Non-stop movement there from Priestley, trying to just shove that puck in. Here's another look at the replay. A little bit far left, didn't have the exact angle on it. Wahlgren able to shift his body in front, and now the collision takes place. Burnett leading the charge for the Lumberjacks to avoid another scoring spot, but man, they are under fire this period.
Able to get the one back that they surrendered early on in this period, but still a hole to climb out of themselves. Ryan will go all the way around. Priestley trying to move it up to Gilbert at the point, but Casey intercepts. Switchenberg and Wicker now in a foot race. Stick goes flying in the air.
I think Casey just got tired of it and threw it.
I think Gilbert might have knocked it out of his hand. Puck tied up in the corner.
3-on-1 there for the Sun Devils, but Lumberjacks come out on it. Berninger shoots one in. Matisse Bars uncharacteristically out of position for just a millisecond, but NAU can't capitalize.
Kelleher now along the wall, chip forward as Casey will get in. Here's a chance the other way. Priestley has Bosch with him. Priestley, but it just hops off his stick. Had it 2-on-1. Thrown in front again. Bosch almost batted it home. Now Casey giving a bump. Bosch just throws it on goal, easily handled there by Wahlgren, and he will take the whistle.
Bosch didn't know where he was in that moment. Stick head flying, able to get a piece of the puck, but Wahlgren very wise to it. Substantial subs for both sides. Here's another look at the replay. A pretty good shot, all things considered. Bosch reacting quite well, but takes a shot from Casey, and we wind up with a face-off in Lumberjack territory.
5.5 remaining in the middle period as this one's thrown on goal, blocked away by Wahlgren. Haddock now banked over to Perry. Perry looking in the high slot for Tomasic, but couldn't find him. Well, Perry tied up along the wall.
Schmoll and Hohoff with some nice interceptions there. Garcia trying to get that puck and gain some ground for the Lumberjacks.
Tomasic, and on the forecheck, Davis able to kick it over to Ketchum. Seacrest now on his forehand over to Garcia. Will now kick to Davis.
Cross-ice play here from the Lumberjacks. Now they move into Sun Devil territory. Big shot there from Perry.
He'll get some stick taps there on the hit across the blue line. Forces the offsides as well for what was a pending odd man rush for the Lumberjacks.
Perry stabilized himself, able to get that right arm on Schmoll and sending him right down to the ice.
A little bit of a chicken wing there, but whatever works. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Neutral zone ice.
You know, Easton, they say it's not about the chicken wing, but the sauce attached, and some Scoville units for Perry on that collision.
Now, Sanders with it. He'll go over to Seacrest. Seacrest snapped back over to Sanders, slid over to Murkowski.
Beautiful passing from the Sun Devils. They inch closer and closer, but Garcia able to get in front of that shot.
Now with it, Hohoff will go through the middle to Ketchum. Seacrest on him. He gets bumped off. Ketchum with it. Trying to jam it in front. Still there. Barr is able to get a glove to it. And a poke comes in. There's going to be a response on that as Summer Murkowski got Hohoff in a headlock. NAU's bench wants a penalty.
Some more physicality from both squadrons here. Looks like 9 and 10. Schmoll got caught up in the action. Here's a replay of it. I mean, Ketchum just sent Seacrest very far down on the ice.
See Hohoff come in there with the poke, and Murkowski and Summer are all over that.
That looked like a little bit of a shot there from Murkowski.
No call.
Calling a spade a spade.
No penalties on the play. 22 shots. Or 23 shots, rather, 22 saves for Matisse Bars.
Crosstown rivalry. Sun Devils able to get one over on the Lumberjacks yesterday. NAU trying to maintain their lead over the Sun Devil squad this season.
That one floats into NAU's bench, and they'll go back inside ASU's defensive zone. 4 minutes remain here in the second frame.
Looks like we'll have Waltz in the faceoff.
One back and advance forward. Jim able to keep it in with his right mitt. Now thrown on goal, but that's blocker down. Amelse moving ahead. Berninger now across and ahead for McCaughey. He takes a bump from Gunderson. Good support there by Stepien to break that up.
Sun Devils now trying to occupy some space and get possession. Renbarger charging down. He's got Maffeo behind him.
Stepien, Renbarger, 4 bodies there in the corner.
Waltz adding support to Renbarger. Looks like this puck is just glued to the boards. Dells are now moving around. Pops out the left side. Jim gets it for NAU.
Batted down by Gunderson. High stick going to be the call, and they can't believe it. Gunderson thought he had it below the shoulders, but high sticking is going to be the call regardless.
Gunderson still shaking his head at the official. 3:15 on the clock here in this second period. Amelse hits the bench for a substitution. Face-off in Sun Devil territory.
Top line out there again. They've had a lot of minutes here in this second period. Delzer, Jim, and McCaughey for the Lumberjacks.
Back to Jim. Jim takes it to the right side. Finding nothing but glass on that
Loose
shot.
there. It almost popped back out to Jim. Perry trying to get it out. McCaughey able to keep it in. McCaughey takes a clip there. Arm flies in the air. They're going to get called on a knee-on-knee.
Big push. Down goes the Sun Devil.
And
Delzer.
Delzer gave him a light shove, and it looked like Gilbert was trying to draw a penalty, maybe a bit of a dive.
If we were in the soccer landscape, then that might have gotten a yellow card, but Gilbert's antics not really pouring water. There's the shot. Makotsky found himself in a tornado 360 for a moment there and missed the shove, but I agree with you. Gilbert really trying to sell that one.
Knee-on-knee hit is going to be the call. NAU wants a 5-minute major as head coach Dan Carrick looks to get a bit of an extended power play, but 2 minutes hang on the board for Jonah Gilbert.
NAU's coach still jawing back and forth with the official, trying to secure some more advantageous positioning for his team. Easton, when you think about the difference between a 2-minute, 5-minute power play, that is a lot of time on the clock for one squad to work.
And the main difference being if you score on a 2-minute power play, it's over. If you score on a 5-minute power play, stays on the board for the major penalty. But 2 minutes is going to be the only call as Dan Carrick's persuasion was unsuccessful.
Face off here in Sun Devil territory. Lumberjacks trying to come on top with it.
Kelleher fought on it, mad scrum. And they got a hand pass. That's Zach Merchant on the call. And it's going to be a penalty here. So the ruling on this is going to be, I'm not sure who's going to get called. Depending on who gets called, it looks like it's going to be Will Kelleher. But the ruling is you're not allowed to play a face-off with your hand. If you do, it's a 2-minute penalty for delay a game. It looked like Kelleher tried to swipe it back with his hand. That is one of the few penalties a linesman can call, and Zach Merchant was all over it. So 5-on-3 coming for NAU.
The coach wanted a 5-minute power play. Instead, he gets 2 2-minute ones and now a 5-on-3.
Second 5-on-3 for NAU. They were unsuccessful on their first one. They'll have a minute 55 to get it done. Maffeo. Forsberg now up top. Moves it to Jim to his right, back to Forsberg, walking in, lets one go, that's blocked in front. Maffeo has a chance to get it out. Great pressure there by Jim as he'll snap one to McCaughey.
McCaughey unable to keep control of it. Switchtenberg trying to track him down. Back to Forsberg.
Over to Jim, he lets one go, big eat there as Snyder laid out to block that one. Now up to the point, Forsberg chokes down to play that.
One thing you can always guarantee is that the Sun Devils will put the bodies on the line to stop any of the offense.
McCaughey, another big block there by Switchenberg. As him and Snyder have eaten a couple. Switchenberg trying to battle it out. He can't quite get it. Maffeo, though, able to shovel it out on his backhand. Huge clearance there for the Sun Devils.
Big substitution. Maffeo comes off the ice, as does Switchenberg. In comes Jack Haddock.
Forsberg bringing it wide. He'll slam on the brakes. Move far side now for Wicker. Wicker faking the lead for Delzer. He'll leave it now.
Under a minute for both power plays here. Sun Devils surviving this offense pretty well. Matisse Bars guides that one out.
Delzer now moving up to the point. Zipped over. Chance for Werner on the back door. He had a man sitting right there. It looked like Sinar, but couldn't connect with him.
That was the opportunity that the Lumberjacks were searching for. Now trying to create it once again. Up into the middle for Ketchum. And look at this on the power play. The Lumberjacks able to get one in.
And that's what they've been trying to do all night, is get those shots through and create rebounds. And this time it's Aiden Wicker who gets on the board and is able to cut this lead down to one. Only one power play off the board as well. They'll have a chance to do it again as you see the shot from Ketchum. And big rebound there off the left pad of Matisse Bars right to the stick.
And that's the IQ of Aiden Wicker, to know exactly where to be, right? Position himself near the net, collect the rebound, and slam it back behind Matisse Bars. 30 seconds still remaining on this one, so Sun Devils a little bit disadvantaged.
2 unanswered for the Lumberjacks as well. 20 seconds now remain. Forsberg trying to create something last second here. Here's Jim. Jim to his right with speed into the zone. Lets one go off the boards. Almost squeaked through. Jim poking away at it again. That one ripped into the gut of Amelse. Now back in front. Holhoff had a look at it, but didn't have the beat. Last minute of play here in the period as well as time expires on Kelleher's delay a game penalty.
Nice job from Kelleher to intercept that pass to Hohoff.
This one going to go all the way down for icing.
Seems like the pep is out of the step of the Lumberjacks as we head to the final 45 of this second period. Great moments for them, though, right? Able to nearly even things out. 2 goals on the board. Pretty good territory if you're the Northern Arizona University team.
Shaped up to be a close one heading in to the third period. ASU 45 seconds on the clock with the offensive zone draw. This one will make its way to Kimball. Kimball walking in, sends one on goal. It's still loose. Murkowski throws one in front. It's in! Ethan Sanders with the response. Sun Devils able to get the lead back to 2 with 35 on the clock.
Talk about returning to sender. Kimball bounces it off of Walgren. Ethan Sanders exactly where Aiden Wicker was and taps it right behind Curtis Walgren. Here's another look at the replay. It's all about timing and positioning. Bounces off Walgren, and Sanders just sneaks it past the right leg.
A great find from Murkowski there. And what a shot of momentum that is for this Sun Devil team. A goal in the last 35 seconds in response to a goal that was scored not even 30 seconds prior by NAU.
Switchtenberg able to send it deep down the left lane. Perry trying to get a hold on it.
And it looked like Sanders caught that one as it flew into the bench, and
Gonna have to check this guy's hands if the pucks are flying to him.
might have to put him in net. Get a trapper on that left hand, and Matisse Bars doesn't need a replacement as of now, though he's had a very solid night. 27 saves on 29 shots for him.
Casey trying to get it to Barnett.
Thrown in front, another one there from Bars as he had to squeeze his leg shut.
I like the energy there from Casey. Just trying to create some shots on goal, but Matisse Bars not looking fatigued whatsoever.
12.6 until the second intermission. NAU trying to respond to ASU's response. Summer behind the goal. Casey all over him. Walsh in there as well as it'll go to Switchenberg, who's just going to flip it all the way down. Foot race there momentarily for Tomazic, but time expires on the period. Action-packed second period, 4-2 heading into the third. ASU with the response with 35 seconds left as GCU was able to get the game back to a 1-goal deficit for a matter of moments. Ben, what do you think going into this third period?
As you see some replays from this second frame, the big standouts for me were some of the physicality, right? It seems like the tensions are beginning to boil over. This is the 4th time that these two teams have squared off. NAU leads the rivalry 2-1, but it seems like ASU has just gotten better and better as this season has gone on. Ryan Jim, Aiden Wicker getting it in for the Lumberjacks this period. Ethan Sanders able to squeak the 4th goal, for the Sun Devils.
As you said, familiarity breeds hatred, which breeds rivalry. 4-2 the score as we head into the final period here at Mullet Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside Mullet Arena. Arizona State welcomes the Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks in, and it has been a commanding effort so far for the Sun Devils. Ben Davis here alongside Easton Stockford. 15 minutes remain on the ice, and with a 2-goal lead, Easton, if you're the Sun Devils, you got to be feeling pretty happy.
Yeah, there's still some things they need to do to get out with a win here. First of all, and most importantly, is discipline. And he's going to try and get under your skin. You're down 2 in this game. That's how they're going to try and find their way back into this. Have to stay disciplined. Keep it clean on the defensive end. They've been really good so far, but with tired legs coming in the third period, have to stay disciplined to your positions as well. And most importantly, have fun. You have a chance to level the series against a crosstown rival. Biggest game of the year. You're running out of home games as well. Enjoy this moment and enjoy a game against an important rival.
And if you're the Lumberjacks, you have traveled 150 miles to get this one back. What might they need to do in the final 15 to secure their 3rd win over the Sun Devils this season?
Yeah, a lot of slopping passing, especially in the offensive zone. Haven't had the lanes they wanted to, and that goes into the next one. Shot selection. Taking a lot of outside shots. Have to find a way to get inside the house and get high-quality chances. And finally, I touched on it, but more physicality. Have to take it to the Sun Devils here. Find a way to get under their skin and frustrate them into taking penalties. Power play gets rolling. You never know what can happen, but they trail by 2 right now, and a lot of things need to go their way in this 3rd period.
Chase Sechrist, Mason Amelsi, Luka Tomasic, and Ethan Sanders own the goals for the Sun Devil side. Ryan Jim and Aiden Wicker were able to get NAU on the board in the 2nd frame. It all comes down to this. Can Arizona State maintain the lead to their 2nd victory against the Jacks, or will NAU make it 3-1 opposite their crosstown rivals? 3rd period underway.
And look for this line of NAU to be out there a lot. Delzer, McCaughey, and Jim, this has been their top unit all year long, and it is going to get a lot of minutes in this final period.
Garcia skating down the left frame. Chris Walgren sending it back to the Jacks. McCaughey up there. Waltz trying to intercept. Now down the right goes Delzer. Easton, this has been a deeply physical game. There's been some serious violence on both sides. I'm anticipating that to continue in this 3rd period.
Things seriously heated up in that 3rd period. A lot more penalties were taken, a little more chippy action, and I expect that to go nowhere in this final frame.
Nice work for the Sun Devils to clear that puck out. Garcia able to send it to Davis. Davis lets it off the skate. Waltz with a shot on Walgren. Goes a little bit high. Has some support. Trying to get in there, but Lumberjacks able to get it near the Sun Devils territory, but at what cost? Ryan Jim eating some big shots right there.
Yeah, Kelleher came flying down, got a good piece of him, sent the stick flying. Didn't get quite all of that center mass as you look at that shot from Stepien, just off the shoulder there of Walgren, but good job by Walgren to keep that out. They're going to need some big saves from him down the stretch here if they want to stay in this one.
Chris Walgren came in tonight with an 88% save rate, just a bit underneath Matisse Bars, but large difference as this game's played out.
Large difference in size as well. I mean, no player on the ice is as tall as Matisse Bars. 6'8" is towering over everyone.
Walgren 6 foot 8 inches separating him. Some say that's a lot. Kimball deep on the Sun Devil side, trying to occupy some space. Hohoff back on the blue line. Ketchum got a little bit torn apart on the inside in front of Matisse Bars. Nice recovery there from the Jacks. But if you're NAU, Easton, you have to apply a little bit more pressure. This is not the degree of urgency that the Jacks need.
They need to establish possession here, and they need to do it quickly. A lot of kind of ping-ponging the puck back here in the neutral zone between the 2 teams, and got to find some type of footing here in this 3rd period.
Ketchum grabbing it deep on the right. Referee involved. Some ginger movement there from Sechrist.
It looks like Schmuel's going to go to the box for a knee on knee. Same thing that Jonah Gilbert got called for earlier in the game, but ASU to the power play. And if you're NAU, the last thing you want to be is 1 man down right now.
Battered and bruised. The Jacks now at a disadvantage with 18 minutes on the clock. Chris Walgren readying himself for some offense in the NAU goal. Haddock pops it back to Gunderson. Gunderson, quick shot down to the left, now back to Gunderson. Takes a shot, Wahlgren evades. Big physicality down there on the NAU side, Easton.
Yeah, ASU needs to find a way to set up here. Gunderson leads this team in points because of shots like that, trying to get it through traffic and create rebounds, but nothing in front of the net there. Pretty easy save for Wahlgren on the only opportunity ASU's had in these first 30 seconds of the power play.
A minor miscommunication. Ball tried to capitalize on it, but ASU regains. Now deep on the right. Shot off Wahlgren. Switchtenberg able to collect it, but ASU, to your point, just can't organize effectively downstairs in front of Chris Wahlgren.
And again, another shot from the point. Truly trying to feed some through traffic, but have to find a way to find open shooting lanes and sift those through. And on goal, two of their goals have been through traffic in this game, and it's been a recipe that's working, but got to try and get it through that first layer to create some more opportunity.
Big substitutions on both sides. Chase Sechrist back out on the ice for ASU. Big shot there. Now Wahlgren getting a little bit out of space.
That's exactly what ASU wants. The rebound from Melse through traffic on the low shot. Great chance there for Sanders, the leading goal scorer, but just couldn't find his target.
Sechrist trying to take the scenic route. Lumberjacks intercept. Best opportunity. Here goes Dolzer. Matisse Bars gets in front of it. And again, look at that. Bars putting some knuckles on the puck.
It looked like on the first one on that 2-on-1, and Melse almost went double pad stack there. Was able to get a leg to an unreal block on the odd man rush there, if that was him who got a piece of it.
Dolzer still trying to apply some light pressure. Switchtenberg breezing right through, finds himself deep on the right lane. Some support from Melse near the blue. Long shot, Wahlgren evades both times. Man, if you're Chris Wahlgren, you got to get paid overtime. This has been some extensive labor from him tonight. Big substitutions. Dolzer out. In comes several more Lumberjacks. Ryan deep on the blue. ASU far on the right side.
This fourth line, Keller, Priestley, and Bosch have had themselves a real solid game. Haven't done anything too fancy, but that's not their job. They know their job is to get pucks in behind defensemen. Keller has been physical out there. Priestley's been relentless on the forecheck, and they're going to see some minutes here in this third period because they've been playing their role excellently.
Priestley and Forsberg with the faceoff. Lumberjacks finding themselves on the right side. Big pop-up. Sun Devils come down with it. Official getting involved.
They're going to say it was offsides, but it looked like Ethan Summer might have been able to keep that one in with the mitt. But nonetheless, came outside. Would have been a good chance for him heading the other way if he was able to hold the blue line.
Face-off here in the neutral zone. Priestley again, Forsberg. Jacks get it. Gilbert finds a stick on it. Priestley jockeying for control. Sinar comes out with it. Lands a shot right in front of the Sun Devil bench.
There's that physicality we talked about coming into this period. Hasn't been much of it so far, but need to start throwing their weight around if the Lumberjacks want to find their way back into this one.
Ryan collects the puck in front of Wahlgren, now trying to make himself available. Gets sent down to his ice for his troubles.
There's Will Keller again with that physicality. He's been such a staple in this ASU roster because that's what he brings.
Forsberg can't contain it. Priestley pops it out on the right side. The Lumberjacks playing like the game is already over, Easton.
They look a little lethargic right now, haven't been able to gain the zone.
Sinar trying to change fortunes here, sends it deep up into section 412.
And you can tell how heavily this Ice Jacks team runs through that line of Jim and McCaughey because of just how great they've been, and Delzer as well. And they've been great all year for them, but haven't really been able to create a ton of offense outside of that line, especially in the third period here. The only offensive shift they clocked was on the penalty kill where they had that 2-on-1, but that top unit out there for the offensive zone draw a good chance for them here.
McCaughey pops it back for the Lumberjacks. Berninger sends it off the boards to the left. Dolzer can't keep control of it. Sun Devils applying some pressure. Good defense from ASU. but a nice shot from Dolzer that bounces off of bars. ASU taking advantage of these opportunities. Maffeo getting some action on the left side.
Yeah, good step there by Werner. Shuts down Maffeo and able to get NAU back in the offensive zone.
Makahi wasting a real excellent opportunity looking around for support instead of just driving to the net. Now Werner can't get a hold of it. Jim sends it to Dolzer. He's got Makahi in front of bars, but he can't contain the puck. Werner finds it, gives it directly to Sanders. Sanders, 1v2, no support, but keeping the pressure on.
Ooh.
Schmoll racing to try and get that one. Substitutions, 3 new players bringing some fresh blood for the Lumberjacks. Hohoff, Ketchum, and Garcia. Nice effort here from the Sun Devils. Big move from Kimball. Garcia got in front of it.
Not really a whole lot of clean possession for either side in the first 7 minutes of this third period. And if ASU, you are absolutely okay with that, because if NAU doesn't have the puck, they simply can't score. Doesn't mean you have to have it, but just need to find a way to make NAU skate 200 feet every time they touch the puck.
Ooh, bit of a slip there from ASU. Possession, swiftly goes back to the Lumberjacks for just a moment. Like you said, Easton, it has just been back and forth seesawing the puck in between. But even if the Lumberjacks can get it together, right? Let's say they do score a goal, they're still trailing by 1.
And if they get one, it kind of flips that switch, but might take a lucky bounce. It's not going to be a pretty goal. You're going to have to find a way to get an ugly one on top of that blue paint. Try and get Matisse Bar moving and get a second or third chance effort here. Cut this lead back to 1. They had it there in the second, but haven't really sparked much offense since.
Replay of this action, the freshman Tomasic was able to really create some chaos behind Chris Walgren, who falls in front. Now we have a face-off with Priestley and Burnett. Shot there from Kelleher, making sure Walgren's awake. Nice pass across the center, but ASU wasn't ready to collect it. Bosch letting it go right through the legs. Schwichtenberg popping it deeper left. Kelleher can't get a hand on it, and Lumberjacks coming up with it. Almost a moment there for Bosch as he takes a shot in. And those types of sequences is better positioning for this Sun Devil squad to create some offense.
Yeah, these offensive shifts are huge for them because they're just killing clock at this point, even if they don't score.
Priestley shot behind Bosch. Almost a highlight. Schwichtenberg offering some support. Priestley going all the way around. Miscommunication again. Burnett able to clear it out. Sinar trying to apply some pressure. Sun Devils going behind Matisse Bars, gathering speed on the right side. 3 Sun Devils, but the lone Jack able to clear it out and create some space.
Yeah, that's another great defensive play there by Werner. 3-on-1 was the opportunity, as Summer did a great job headmanning that rush, but somehow Werner able to go down. Went down at the perfect time as well to take away the pass and threaten the shot as well, able to get a stick to it.
Forsberg back on the ice for NAU. Lumberjacks popping it up. Maybe just trying to adjust the tempo of this game, trying to bring this frequency down a little bit, Easton.
Need to settle into this third period. They look a little lost right now. ASU did not have their best performance last night in the 1-goal win. They dominated on the shot clock, but a little bit of a better showing for ASU and NAU trying to find a response to it.
Casey pops it down to Forsberg. Forsberg has Werner. But look at this, the sliding effort from the Sun Devil. Chase Seacrest getting in front of that. Putting the arm, leg, body, and head. Big shot there as the Sun Devils collide near Walgren. Good capture there from Werner as he makes his way down left, but Amelsi in front of him.
Werner having an unbelievable shift. Led another hit there on Perry. He's had a couple really strong defensive plays in this third period.
Oh, Jack's coming out with it. Big shot there from Garcia. Matisse Bars bounces it off. It was a moment of very excellent effort from the NAU team, but nothing coordinated, results in nothing scored. Puck bounces out on the left side. Garcia collects it for NAU.
And again, it's this top line for the Lumberjacks getting it done. Good look for Garcia to find McCaughey on that high tip there. Almost led to a goal, but somehow kept out.
ASU trying to clear it. Now under some adversity and pressure. Tomachik can't get a hand on it. Haddock pops it over to Maffeo, but we get a pause in the action. 9:24 remain in this third period. Here's a replay. Sun Devils really experiencing some good offense from this Lumberjacks crew, but evading and negating all of it, Easton.
Yeah, and that was that high tip there for McCaughey. It looked like it just went inches wide, but one of the better chances in this period for either side. Definitely the best for the Lumberjacks.
Kai Hohoff in the faceoff here, opposite Parker Stepien, or excuse me, Walls. Maffeo can't get a stick on it. Matisse Bars stopping it behind the net. If you're ASU at this point, do you maybe consider just burning the clock with your control?
That's what you're going to try and do. NAU probably not going to let it happen too easily. There's a bump given to Stepien as Renbogger, or not Renbogger, excuse me, that's Berninger gives him a couple shoves.
Walls and Berninger unsure what the frustration was between them. Not as much jockeying as we've seen earlier in tonight.
And Fain with some heated discussion with the official. I'm not sure what he was looking for, pointing back towards the goal. I'm not sure if Stepien maybe sprayed the goaltender with some snow there, and that's what he wanted, but official not having much of it and won't give him the call either.
Kimball and Schmoll face off. Sanders back to Gilbert. Gilbert 2-on-1. Lumberjacks send him to the floor. Davis pops out with it.
Yeah, catch him, give him a good run there, right on the numbers. That easily could have been called, but maybe NAU getting away with one there.
Gilbert putting some forearm to Lumberjack dome, keeping the puck. Now it transitions to Kimball. Kimball can't contain it, and Garcia able to clear space for NAU.
Watch out. Jonah Gilbert is not happy after taking that hit. He's laid a couple this shift, and he is a big fella and a tough customer, and he's going to take a receipt on that one.
Kimball able to get the stick in play here. Lumberjacks struggling to maintain possession, let alone create any offense. There's a tumble from both teams. This is looking a lot more like a demolition derby than it is a hockey match, Easton.
Definitely a lot more physicality, especially after Gilbert took that hit, and Stepien as well in front of the net, but physicality is ramping up. Things are getting heated here, and you'd expect nothing less.
Opportunity for Bosch. Bosch can't take it. Priestley gets a hand on it, delivers it right to the Lumberjacks. Now ball on the left side. Has Sinar in the mid lane. Can't do anything meaningful with it. You can see both teams sort of devolving to contact, not for anything meaningful, but just hitting to hit, Easton. Getting some frustration out.
And that's what NAU needs to continue to do. Need to find a way to get under ASU skins here, as they've had their number all night long, but whistle blown for icing. Additional whistle and some jogging between the two benches, but have to find a way to get under ASU skin, get in their heads a little bit and trying to find your way back into this one. But ASU has to stay disciplined, as we talk about, can't fall into that trap.
A breather afforded to both teams as we come to the final 7 minutes of this match. Jack Haddock taking on Burnett. Both teams still jockeying for possession. Unsure if there's really been a clean sequence from either squad in this third period.
Yeah, NAU had a couple looks, and couple rush chances either way, but defensive play has prevailed here in this final period, and it's been a lot of Aiden Werner, and then on the other end, Ethan Summers gotten in there a little bit. Jonah Gilbert's been physical, but the blue lines are going to be the deciding factor here in these closing minutes.
Forsberg doesn't come out with it. Wahlgren getting caught out in space. Beautiful shot there from ASU, but Wahlgren able to get a knee in on it. Perry with a moment.
That one went out of play there and almost hit a fan right by the penalty box there.
Which is impressive considering there's not many.
Yeah, not quite as full. Almost sold out last night. U of A and ASU played at the D1 level. A little more sparse tonight, but still a decently solid turnout here on the big sheet at the Mullet Arena facilities.
Jack Haddock and Forsberg. Haddock goes down. Lumberjacks with an opportunity. 4 going on 2. Werner collapsing onto ASU. Still maintaining the puck, though.
Gunderson was going for a little hip check there. Tried to bend down and dump him over, but
NAU is just not capable in this third period of really, truly gaining possession of this puck. The moment that they touch it, it falls back into a Sun Devil player's hands.
Need to start playing with a little more urgency here and try and find some offensive zone time and gain any amount of traction. That would be better than what they have going right now.
Down the mid lane goes Forsberg. Nice juke there from Forsberg, but Emelsi picks up the puck. Sends it down to the freshman Tomasic. 5:43 remain in this game, and the Sun Devils on the precipice of their second victory opposite the Lumberjacks. Substitution here. Dolzer back in for NAU. Sommer down the left. Eats a shot from Ryan Jim.
It's a great hit by Ryan Jim on the back check there. Forces the turnover as well, and this top unit's going to look to set up shop in the offensive zone.
Big collision there between 89 and 16. Now here's an opportunity for the Lumberjacks to slow things down just a little bit. And it's gone.
Tried to dump it in and get on the forecheck, but everyone had to tag up for offsides and really neutralized anything they would have had going there.
Renbarger with a moment. Now Waltz trying to find possession. Puck airborne. Jim touched it. Now McCaughey sending it out. Jim, shot on Matisse. Blocked.
Another solid save from Matisse Bars, but just an outside shot there from Ryan Jim. No traffic in front. Never going to be much of a challenge for the 6'8" netminder from New Jersey.
More goals saved tonight from Matisse Bars than a missionary. Here is a couple replays of this action. Ryan Jim finds a shot on the right lane, but Bars easily collects it with the left glove. Garcia not there to collect it. Kimball gets a stick on the action. NAU finding success deep on the right side.
That's off there, but a good look from Shmuel there on the backhand. Almost found a little crevice there up top on Matisse Bars, but just a little bit high. Faceoff will come back inside, though, as Bars was the one who kicked the net off.
4:18 remain here in Mullet Arena for the Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks searching for their 10th victory this season. ASU looking for their 11th. Back and forth we go. Murkowski for ASU with some pressure on Garcia. Garcia trading it over onto the right side. Ketchum now comes up with it. Gliding between Sun Devils, keeping the puck. Another moment for NAU. Hohoff not able to find a shot. Now here's a collision. ASU clears it momentarily.
NAU, needs to try to find a way to keep this puck in the zone here. Good job, though, Ethan Sanders, to get that one down and out. Get a full unit change there for ASU.
Huge substitutions on both sides. Fresh blood, fresh legs. Priestley getting a tap on it. Gunderson sends it back to the middle. And puck goes deep into Jack's territory. 3:10 left on the clock. Interception there from Gunderson. Lumberjacks just are not playing cohesive as we come to the final stretch.
Yeah, 3 minutes left. You have to start looking down to Wahlgren. Maybe pull the goalie somewhat soon if they can establish possession, but they've really had nothing going in these last 20 minutes.
Priestley with a nice attempt there. Berninger able to get a skate on it. Bosch heads behind Wahlgren. Priestley now in front of the Lumberjacks. Great opportunity. Wicker loses the puck. Amelsi comes up with it. Sends it into NAU territory. Another substitution for both squads. Trying to find any modicum of success. Tomasic gets one in on Werner.
I'd look to Wahlgren to go to the bench now if they can set up here.
Wayward shot from NAU, miles away from Matisse. Werner takes a Hail Mary, can't find it. Energy levels are depleting for the Lumberjacks, who up until yesterday were unbeaten opposite this Sun Devil squad.
Dan Carrick was trying to get the goalie pulled there, but they just couldn't possess it long enough to get goalie to the bench. Good thing they didn't, as well as ASU came in on a chance as Tomasek had the opportunity. Almost picked Wahlgren's pocket.
Here's an opportunity for NAU. Ryan Jim unable to get past Matisse Bars. Jim had a goal early in the second period, unable to find one in the third at that moment. 90 seconds remain between Arizona State and Northern Arizona. Here's a replay of that. Jim, open space, just simply couldn't get by the 6'8" Matisse Bars.
It might not be his prettiest save of the night. Timeout called by NAU, but likely his biggest and best save of the night given the moment. Ryan Jim pots that one in the back of the net. This is a completely different game, but wow, what a save by Matisse Bars on the breakaway. Yes, he has been phenomenal here tonight. 38 saves on 40 shots for him, and then opposite him, Wahlgren with 34 saves on 38 shots. So two solid goaltending performances, a lot of shots on goal in this one. But Matisse Bars has been the better netminder to this point, and that's why ASU leads this game.
If you were the coach of both teams ahead of the final minute and a half, what might be the instruction?
NAU just needs to find a way to set up. They have to play with a bit of urgency, get hungry for pucks, and really want to win this game. ASU, you have to play defensive, but can't get caught on the ropes. Have to find a way to stay on the forefront a little bit. Can't completely cradle around Matisse Bars. Have to stay aggressive, even though you need a stop. Empty net here for NAU.
This is where the Lumberjacks make their stand. Can they sell out with no goalie and create offensive opportunities, find 2 goals in 90 seconds to even this out, or will this decision be their undoing? High occupation down on Sun Devil territory. Shot up above the goal. Ketchum comes up with it for the Lumberjacks. Pops it to Berninger. Berninger deep on the left side. Off the skate of the Sun Devils.
Trying to just create traffic in front and get one that Bars can't see. Might be their best option here.
Werner takes a shot. Getting in front of it is Perry. Laying the body on the line.
Unreal block by Perry. That one comes out of the zone. Perry gives a shot.
Oh!
Here we go. There's some shots from Werner as well.
Werner and Perry trading in the neutral zone. Perry needing 3 officials to restrain him.
Werner's going to be heading straight to the locker room. Now, it looks like they're turning him back towards the box now, but wow, what a shift from Perry. I don't believe he got called for a penalty. No, it looks like they're going to take him. I'm not sure what you want Perry to do differently there, as he gave a clean hit and then took a couple shots back, never threw a punch. But for some reason, they're going to get him for a penalty. But what a block by Perry. Honestly, probably shouldn't be going to the box here. And Should have put ASU on a power play that would have iced this game.
Aiden Werner trying to feed Perry that stick for dinner ends up handicapping his squad as we approach the final 60 seconds here.
So,
we do get, I guess, major penalties on both sides, Easton.
We'll see what the call is. So they get 10-minute misconducts for roughing. I'm not sure what else you want John Perry to do there. He really just kind of stood there and took it, which in that situation in the game is the right play to make. But I'm not sure what the referee saw. He finished his head at the blue line, which is exactly what every coach will teach you, and did nothing after the fact. That's an unbelievable shift by John Perry, and he shouldn't have been penalized, but still going to be 6-on-5 as they were offsetting penalties.
McCaughey trying to get possession here, desperately searching for the puck. Wall's coming up with it, pops it out down the right side. Forsberg sends it at Matisse. Matisse in front of it. Final 35 seconds. Forsberg catches it, sends it on the right side. Bars in front. Bars hands it to Summer. Summer has Sechrist on the left, takes it deep down left, and Forsberg has to walk a mile to get that puck.
That one's going to go down for icing. Matisse Bars there, played it behind the net. Heard a couple shouts on the bench, maybe wanting the goalie goal. Take a shot all the way down the ice at the open net. Would have been a sight to see, and would have been the cherry on top to what's been an unbelievable performance from Matisse Bars.
The Lumberjacks have traveled 150 miles hungry to get that defeat back, and it seems they will be traversing back up north with a second serving from the Arizona State Sun Devils. 19 seconds. Big shot from Dolzer that Bars collects.
Things could get ugly here in these last 15 as well. Imagine better ends prevail and everybody stays disciplined, but going back to that point, that two-hour bus ride back to Flagstaff's a lot longer after a loss.
And here's another replay of that action. Matisse Bars able to find the puck amid Sun Devil and Lumberjack bodies. 14 seconds remain. This one is all but decided. Another face-off shot from Jim. Jim can't get one through. Sun Devils able to clear it. Forsberg picks it up in the neutral zone. Kelleher lands a hit. Priestley gets one in the final seconds of the game.
0.2 left on the clock. Just a little sweetener to an already sweet victory for the Sun Devils. They'll just run the clock out as well as this one ends at a 5-2 final. But what a performance from the Sun Devils, coming off maybe not their best performance in a one-goal win over the Ice Jacks. They level the season series at 2, and that is a great win to get on home ice.
Some sprinkles on top, and the Sun Devils congregating around Matisse Bars, who had an unreal game. Here's another shot of that nicely placed goal from Priestley. The closing moments, and it sneaks right in to the undefended Lumberjack goal. Sometimes you have to pull your man in front of the net and make an opportunity, but the Sun Devils coming up on top there, Easton.
Yeah, solid performance from the Sun Devils all around. They were the better team defensively. A lot of block shots and big defensive plays from that blue line, and capitalized on their special teams efforts. 2 5-on-3 kills that came up huge in the end and maybe been that determining factor, but a huge win for the Sun Devils nonetheless. Only a handful of games left on home ice, so every win matters, especially when you're sleeping in your own bed.
The final score is 5-2. Arizona State sweeping the Lumberjacks this weekend. Our next Cronkite Plus stream will be men's D2 hockey versus the Grand Canyon Lopes on Thursday. Here's another replay of tonight's action. Mullet Arena playing host to some seriously fun crosstown rival affair. Easton Stockford, if you could sum this game up in just a few words, what might that be?
I think, there's a lot you could use to do it, but I think it's just clean. The Sun Devils looked more polished. They looked cleaner than NAU. They were connecting on passes a little bit better, and ultimately they capitalized on their chances when they had them, and that's why they were victorious here tonight.
For the entire stream production staff and crew, and for Easton Stockford, I'm Ben Davis saying goodbye from the Tempe Mullet Arena, where the final score is 5-2 Arizona State Sun Devils. Couple upcoming Cronkite Plus Stream Team broadcasts we've got on January 22nd at 9 p.m. local time. D2 Men's Club Hockey taking on the Grand Canyon Lopes. On January 24th and 25th, it's the Water Polo Invitational. The next hockey stream, again, is January 22nd.